Okay, sounds like we're up and going. And actually check my camera. That's what I usually do. And I didn't. You know, like an idiot. Hi Moonless. Oh, how are you doing? I have brewed some coffee. Didn't stir it though, so all the grounds are sinking to the... I think I'm using too big of a, I think my filter has too big of pore size because I always get grounds spilling through, and then just like my last sip of the pot is... Well, let's just say Godot would approve if I weren't using cream. I'll just keep good. I'm stowing a Stegosaurus plushie. Awesome. Dan Avidan would love that. You should send him a picture when you're done with it. I am doing okay. I meant to get up early this morning and like go get a COVID test, maybe go to the gym, do some cleaning, before I had someone come by at noon. Dan Avidan from Game Grumps. Before I had someone come by to pick up my old TV, because he can use it, which is exciting. It means I don't have to worry about trying to recycle the damn. But I instead got out of bed like 15 minutes before he got here. Oops. So I'm not saying we're calling today a loss, but I think the game plan is we're going to do the investigation right now. So at 1. What? What was that sound? What just happened? Oh my gosh! Aura, hi! Hi, friend! I was just about to switch over. Thank you so much for the follow. Hi! How are you doing? How are you doing? It's great to have you here. Welcome for some dumb prehistoric attorneys. I'm just getting myself a little bit set up. Pouring some cafe. Also, I have to show you how much I love this mug. It's from Duluth, Minnesota. My mom got it forever ago, but she handed it to me, and like, just look how nicely it holds. It's tiny, but look how nicely it holds, and the glaze is so pretty, and it's got like a little, like, mouth ridge. It's really nice. Nailed it. I love when I get the ratio right. Okay. So, investigation time now. We're gonna do... It's probably gonna take us about 3 hours to get through the investigation. I think there's like 6 sections or so. And then I'll actually go and get some work done later this afternoon. And I think at 7. So it's... Okay, so it's like 1:45 for me now. So in roughly... Maybe we'll say 8 in 6 hours. Between 5 and 6 hours from now, we'll start the trial and we'll wrap this case up. Just because this case is kind of trying my nerves. There's a lot of bullshit going on. Oh, wait, no. Load. What happened? What? Oh, I have to hit continue. That's right. There's kind of a lot of bullshit going on, so again, I've enjoyed every case so far, but this one's just it's grating a little bit. So, but it's good voice practice. Really, I really liked it. I'm trying to think out of all the cases we've played so far. It took me a sec to find the chat box. I'm a little dumb, but I can't stay because it'll be spoilers for me, but I just wanted to say hi and follow your Twitch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you found my little corner of the world here. And I will be, I don't know if you're going to be playing them on your own, but we did play through all of the first game. And after this, maybe that's what I'll do while I clean. I will let the videos upload to YouTube of the previous VODs of the playthrough. So if you weren't going to play it yourself, you could watch those too. I'm trying to just get exposure to everyone I know about Ace Attorney, because goddamn. Anyway, third case in this game. I'll be playing on my own someday, eventually. Yeah. Oh, I felt that one in my soul. Felt that one deep, deep down. So the third case in this game. So the next one, Moonless, you're saying the next case is your favorite. Okay, so without spoiling Aura, I think I liked all of the cases from the first game. I think probably my least favorite was 4. But I think I'd still rather play 4 than this one. So I think so far 2-2 is my least favorite case. But it's still good. That's the thing. This is no Turnabout Big Top. Let me finish mainline first. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look, it's a perfect time killer. Be like, oh, I totally felt like I was reading a book for an hour. No, you're playing video games, Mander. Get over yourself. So... yeah, that's where I stand. I think this case is still good. I do still think this case is good. I think it's... I will say, all of the cases in the Great Ace Attorney series are so much more fleshed out and, like, have so much more going on in them than even, like, the mainline Ace Attorney games, which are still pretty chock full of, like, what the fuck antics because it's Ace Attorney. These are really well written. I think I enjoy almost all the characters. Probably a couple I don't love. And the writing's really good. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna zoom before I spoil myself, but have a good stream. Aw, thank you. And thank you for popping by and following. Yeah, I wanted to give you a sec to hop out before I went ahead and started playing. So, all right, here we go. February 22nd. Okay, here we go. Whew, we made it back in one piece. Just. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while.
Oh, I know! What a lot of close shaves! There are so many carriages on the streets of London. You were very nearly flattened several times.
I don't think that's what we meant. Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't mean that.
I know. I'm a troll. It was a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you.
Oh, thank you.
And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time, I'm gonna punch the air. Let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow.
Yes, let's do that.
Is everything all right?
I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. But I'm here in England working as a lawyer, I mean. In the Old Bailey, no less. Baby boy. Truth is, it shouldn't be me, should it? It should be him standing in my shoes. It should be Kazuma. Stop! No! No! I'm not ready! Did I get some shit? No, that's just my hair. Okay.
It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him.
Yes, I mean, I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. God's plan. God's plan. Equipped her Lex Japanese outfit. I'm not equipping them for now, because, again, there was a spoiler in that, so I'm not looking at it right now. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him.
And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. I've no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us.
Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you for making me cry like a little bitch. Okay, so you're sure we can't examine the ladder? Yeah, we can. Moonless. Oh, wait. Are you fucking kidding? Fuck this game. 0 out of 10. Worst case. Absolute worst case. Confirmed. Takes for keeping sea creatures. They're called aquariums, and they were all the rage in London at one time, apparently. Oh, so the fish aren't in there yet.
English are so clever coming up with the idea of having ocean life on display in the home.
Means you always have an emergency midnight feast on hand, too. That's messed up.
That's messed up.
Okay, nothing to examine. I guess we have to talk to her then. Why is Kazuma a dialogue option, please? It was quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand?
I know.
Not only that, but then finding out that he's actually a barefaced gas thief as well.
Yes, that was simply a surprise to us all. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Sasuke-san poisoning the tea.
Careful of your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. And there's more to this Mr. Shamspear than we yet know. I'm sure of it.
Mr. Shamspear certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first.
My mom's in the room being a bit of grump. Hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump. And we're the parents. Why did I get texted? Oh, mi madre. Mi madre did a texting. Bum 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 bum. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, I don't want to save it. Delete it. Yes, goodbye. That is yesterday's Go Live notification. What's become of him, actually?
I was told he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment.
Oh, which one is that? I'm gonna go harass him.
Let me see. Ah, yes, it was at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's as Londoners call it.
Farts and farts. We know that place, don't we?
Yes, we visited Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken.
Oh yeah, after Sosuke-san stabbed her in the back.
Do be careful of your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone.
Perhaps we both owe Sosuke-san an apology. St. Bartholomew's. Yeah, we should probably visit the hospital later. So, we know that Sosuke-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously...
Yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea.
But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspear's body?
I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something in Mr. Shamspear's room that will help solve the mystery.
Well, naturally, Scotland Yard detectives have been over that place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think.
Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap.
Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Mr. Green in the attic with the lead pipe! No! No, and the music cuts out. God damn it. Oh, we're gonna see his dead body again, aren't we? Kazuma Asagi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. He really saved my bacon, is how we're gonna phrase it. Really saved my life in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. No! Now I'm just sad. You can still picture him now, looking so fierce and determined in court. Hang on, no more crying. Okay. Getting new follows on my academic Twitter. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway, yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know. Grieving more for him than for me. Why are you so close to me? Kazuma, won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths so that I can accompany you to Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into law. Be a defense lawyer. So I kidnapped you and took you to Britain. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. And where's that wind blowing from? Anime nerd. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world. The city at the forefront of everything. It can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though. What is he hiding? If you were to become a lawyer, then one day... One day what? Oh, no. Never mind. Sir. Sir. What is going on? Sir!
Naruhodo-san?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma.
Yes, he's forever in my thoughts too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better. That was his dream. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. To get away from Japan.
Yes, that's right, but...
Yes?
I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. What? Oh no, the thought just takes hold of me every now and then. That's all. Okay, why are we getting so many Kazuma prompts all of a sudden? Susato, are you actually a spirit medium? Can you actually summon him, please? Please, 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 please?
Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions?
I mean this. Time to die, Susato.
It's katana.
I think it's katana? Katana? I don't know where the emphasis goes. I never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course.
No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it.
When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage.
Yes.
Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Come on, man! No! Karuma. Karuma Kenji. Is it Karuma? It's literally karma. It literally means karma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asagi clan. Boy, you so hot when you do that. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. Why is it named Karma? So its name compels the wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do? Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. So what the fuck was it? God!
What did he mean by something very important that I have to do?
Die on the trip, apparently. I'd hoped the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet, I've not found a single clue.
I see.
Yeah, usually when they start bringing up a character, that character's gonna get involved. Is Kazuma gonna be like summoned and somehow become the villain? Like, why else would his name be coming up so much and like all the shady shit? Okay. I guess we should just go right to the crime scene, probably. Oh, I can't. Oh, Mr. Shamspeare's room. Yep. Oh, they put the cup back in place too. Interesting. Mr. Natsume's lodgings, ground floor. No, this is Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings. Get your shit right. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually.
The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yeah, I know the score. Oh, yes, one other thing. A soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it? With the tea in it? Yeah, we found it all right. There was a small amount of tea in it, as you said. I knew it! It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. Results should be available later today.
That's wonderful news. Thank you.
I ain't doing it for you, sunshine. Pretty impressive performance in court this morning. Sorry? Can you say that again? I didn't hear you. Nothing, forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. Bitch boy. Alright, he doesn't want to talk, so we won't talk. Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night.
During their heated literary debate, yes.
Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion. How many innuendos will there be in this case? My shoe came untied. Apple-bottomed the boots with wearing neither. Skinny jeans and Allbirds.
Now that I think of it, I'm sure that the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison.
No, they both used a knife. Yeah, they both used a knife. That's fiction, Miss Susato. Let's hope it stays that way. Dun 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 dun. Okay, so nothing new there. How about the Chompy Chomp?
So it turns out that Mr. Shakespeare wasn't eating the soap at all.
That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Romeo used poison, Juliet used the knife. Did Romeo use poison though? I thought he came in because Juliet took the poison. Poison. Fuck, it's been a while since freshman English. Hang on. Oh, he does. Okay, right. Okay, I thought he found her body and just like stabbed himself there. No, you're right. You're right. And Shakespeare was playing Romeo. Sosuke-san, don't you dare find yourself on the other end of a knife.
Yes, to prise his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two.
Certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Okay, cool. You're just giving us absolutely nothing to work with here. The sun never shines in this room, thanks to that depressing bricked-up window.
Yet, with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you?
Sounds like a very wise life lesson, Miss Susato.
Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo.
Box. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh.
That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change.
London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful, too, then. Shit, I would die in London. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato and I are going to make it to spring.
That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove.
Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there.
Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in court this morning.
It's a very large and obvious stain, isn't it?
Mr. Shakespeare must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose.
It was an ingenious idea, I'll give him that. Okay. Sir, you left your underwear up there. Okay, we looked at that. Any other clues at the scene? I really don't think so. Okay, yeah, obviously we have you to talk to, you fuck. Yeah, fuck. Fine.
Are you looking for one of clues, Inspector?
On Lord Van Zach's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says.
Oh dear, poor you.
Again, I can't tell if she's actually sympathetic or just mad passive-aggressive. Yeah, poor me, because we've already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips, all I can say. Well, at least he's honest. Great, that was useless. So they said, like, go back to the scene and look for new clues. I ain't finding shit. Uh-oh, it's a point-and-click adventure. Mander's worst nightmare. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. You're gonna yell at me if I try to move, aren't you? My heart very... Oh no, okay, I guess we're done here. That was sure worth it. Okay, so it's her room and the prison. Let's go to the prison first. Let's go look at our client. Let's go check this out. Oh. Can someone get this man some socks? It's gotta be freezing in there. Talk about not having heat.
Oh, Mr. Natsume is back.
So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello. Oh boy, it's you again. Oh my god, he's XD. He's literally XD.
I am a cat.
Sorry?
I don't know who Mr. Natsume is, or Herlock Sholmes. I don't know about courts or trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat.
Isn't there a poem? Was it Japanese or Chinese that was like, I am a cat? I think literally the poem's title is I am a cat.
Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality. Oh no, Mr. Naruhodo, he's a gamer.
Trying to. He already has, completely. So, what is your name then?
As yet, I have no name. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality.
Just reach through there and punch him. Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume?
Cat, I'm a kitty cat.
And I dance. Okay, there we go.
I am not a cat. It worked! He's back in the real world! We saved him from Sword Art Online! What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate! Mr. Natsume, no! This morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope! Yes, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper is omnipresent in court, in my lodgings, here, there, everywhere. He's fucking Santa.
What's he looking straight at me for? I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss.
Oh, yes, we must.
How about the trial?
In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Of course, if I cast my mind back, there was perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today being in that courtroom was... It was the most moving experience of my life, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire!
Too kind. Got some coffee on my face, it's fine.
Scotland Yard found the remaining tea just as we deduced and are analyzing it as we speak. There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a solemn sworn Sosuke certainty.
God, the alliteration is... Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night?
Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. We both poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies. And at the time, you were both completely fine.
As shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamspear then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. Yeah, literally, that's been what we've been saying. I'm gonna finish with him, and then I realize I have to water this poor little struggling tree over here. Moonless, do you want to see my poor struggling child? Camera.
Look at him! He's a twig! He's just a fucking twig!
So you can kind of see his branches. He's lost all of his leaves. It's very sad. But I'm slowly nursing him back to health. But it means I do have to, like, spray him with fertilizer and shit. Maybe I should just go do it now. Can I just go do it now, Moonless? I'm just gonna go do it now. Oh! Thanks, Moonless. Cool. I will be right back. Do it. Okay. I'm gonna go do it. Okay, I got fancy distilled water for him. I just have to look at the ratio. And 42 ounces. 42 ounces. Mill. 25. So half a teaspoon. Okay. Spray the bare branches. So we want roughly half a teaspoon. Here's magic plant food. Mother. Brave violence, mother. This is toxic. Do not let that get in my coffee, or we're gonna have a Godot issue. Howdy, everyone. Howdy, Phoenix! You have not missed much yet, if anything. Actually, okay, she's not here, so I can say this. I fucking love Aura's art, okay? I am obsessed with her art. I found it forever ago, and I was like, hey, you made this really amazing thing. Could I possibly have it to make it my wallpaper? And she is such a dear. I love her I love her art so much. I don't know her IRL, but her art is amazing. It's super inspiring, and the fact that she has followed me is kind of driving me insane. Like, holy fuck, dude. Anyway. Put this right here. Cap full of green liquid. Glug, 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 glug. There you go, drink up. Put the lid back on this. Make dino plushies for... Yeah, man, do it. Man, I need to do my knitting again. There's no real way we could do like a knitting stream, unfortunately, because I don't have, as shown by the card openings, I don't have a good setup for it. Come on. This won't screw back on. I worry that this water might be too cold, but I guess that shouldn't matter because I'm spraying it on the branches. Okay, let me give him a spritz. Alright. So give it about 50 mils. We'll keep doing that roughly every hour. I'll just go ahead and keep spraying it down. Yeah. The lemon tree will live, guys. I'm bringing him back. Actually, I should ask my mom how hers is doing. How's Lemon doing? Okay.
That rotten Shamspear! What have I ever done to him?
You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently?
I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I'm a nerd. I don't recall anything at all.
Alright. He uses lemons to burn my house down? He has 5 leaves on him. He used to have over 80. This bitch ain't making a lemon anytime soon. He's not a Wattpad author.
But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner. Let you know what, Mr. Natsume? About the soap, of course. What else? Oh dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend? Yes, I'm a student. Of course I am. If I had money, I wouldn't have chose to live such an...
Try again, Mander.
I wouldn't have chosen to live an accursed existence in such accursed lodgings.
Oh yes, you said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Which, by the way, really exciting news, guys. I have a walk around Monday afternoon at a potentially new apartment. So I'm looking to move in August because this place is getting really expensive. And it's so loud. Like the noise around this place and the hours that that the noise is occurring, it's not worth $1,500 a month. So there's this really cute place that charges nice. Like, it has really nice 1 bedrooms and also 2 bedrooms. So I kind of have to look at the layout and see, could I fit my desk into the living room? And if I could, then I can have the 1 bedroom. But if I need, I could also do the 2 bedrooms. So this loft would become the 2nd bedroom. I'm really excited about it. Exactly, especially the room that I rent. Yeah, I'm just really vibing with his attitude of like, I can't live anywhere because it's expensive. Does that mean we say goodbye to the train? It does. Although I was thinking, Phoenix, because we have what? We have a follower slot open, right? We could just add a train. We could just add a train emote. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place and it's trying to kill me! Capital offender? Might I ask, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, that the next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps. No, that's weird. That's very weird. Oh, I forgot you have to present shit in this game. I guess we can present this. Mr. Natsume, about this receipt. It occurs to me now that it was those confounded books that saw me arrested the first time, too. Oh, yes, I suppose that's true. Why didn't you burn them? After I spent my precious petty-odds on them, that's the thanks I get. Now I don't know when I'll read them. No, not when. If! I very may well hate them too much to even open their covers. I mean, I get it. Gotta go. Oh, I'm Moonless. Sorry, it's a lot to look between the screens, so if I miss shit, I apologize.
I don't know that we can blame the books for everything that's happened, Mr. Natsume.
I mean... I don't see how this is going to be helpful, but I'm sure it will be. Okay, I actually want to go back to Gregson. And present something. Oh, I can't present. I can't present because he's not an option. Never mind. I guess the hospital then. I don't know why we're still talking to her. She was a past victim, but whatever. Okay. 22nd of February, St. Bartholomew Hospital Recovery Ward.
What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance.
Yes, I hear angry voices. Oh boy. Be not angry, old apple lady. Verily thou art mistaken. Mistaken, my foot. You were looking at my painting. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. 'Twas foul indeed, the poison that moustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady. I wish that you died from that poison. God of mercy, ample lady, but thou seest I have vigor still. Don't call a woman ample. That's just rude. Not this. No, please stop. What in fuck? Behold my Shakespeare dance. Slap him. Slap him.
This looks rather ominous, doesn't it?
Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here, Mr. Shamspear? Harry, I do believe I'm returned unto another ward. He was looking, that's what he was doing. Looking at my terrible work. Weirdo. Eastern fellow, so darkly clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee. Oh, well, thank you. animation. That's fun. But that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Is that a threat? No, that's not how metal works. Stop it. I would appreciate if they'd kept the, like, slight bend in it. A non-exude. There is no audience here for you. Alright, fuck off, bitch. That sounded like a threat. Like, oh, you did well. You're gonna fuck up tomorrow. Bye! Mr. Shamspear might technically be the victim in this case, but there's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. No, not like that, Susato. I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Awesome. Ah, Miss Green, is everything all right? Oh, yes, I mean, don't worry about me. They are about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. No, I'm not Russian. Oh, I see.
We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green.
Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Why is that rat there? Okay, so we also can't talk to her.
Eek! My mouse, Mr. Naruhodo, an enormous mouse!
Vermin in a hospital? That doesn't seem the best.
That looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump.
Not sure we can say that's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking. And that's all we have to say about that.
That must be a bag of Miss Green's personal belongings.
She would have been brought directly here after she was found stabbed on the pavement, though.
I expect a friend or family member.
Okay, that's true.
Probably brought some things for her.
All right then, let's see what's inside. A change of clothes, no doubt, and...
No, Mr. Naruhodo, you must never scrutinize a young maiden's personal belongings.
What kind of a person are you? The young maiden might have chocolates or biscuits or caramel. Naruhodo is just Adrian aggressed. He just wants candy. He wants sweets. Ah, this looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital. Sholmes.
Patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so...
Here she is probably running around the hospital then.
Oh dear, how worrying.
What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. They can rack up those, oh, these look like poison cabinets. There are all sorts of medicines in this cabinet, look. I'm not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this.
Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two.
No. Well, at least there seems to be a little locks to secure the cabinet doors.
Don't imagine that would stop you if you were hungry. I worried that you'd break the lock.
Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Miss Susato. Okay, never mind. Nothing to say on that. We'll look at your medicine then. There are lots of bottles in that cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that?
If you were a patient here, I feel sure you'd take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep.
That is a worry, but at least the cabinet has a lock, even if it's only a flimsy-looking one.
Oh, I've no doubt you'd manage to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well.
There are limits even to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Miss Susato. Okay. What about your notes? Ah, this looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Do not feed. Oh, really? This game's gonna be fat-phobic, too. What is this place, a zoo?
You know, I seem to remember seeing an almost identical sign in our local park.
For the pigeons, yes. This is a person. Poor woman, I hope she hasn't read this. Yeah, that's fucked up. Fuck this hospital. This ain't a fucking hospital. It's a dumpster fire. Oh, that's messed up. That makes me a little upset, not gonna lie. Okay, so maybe that's everything here? Okay, I mean... I don't want to go talk to the Gyarados, but if it's all we have left... Alright, Mr. and Mrs. Gyarados' room.
Mr. Gyarados appears to be out.
Oh well, I guess we'll just have to come back again later. How very Ace Attorney of you. Sholmes is sweet, I guess? God, there's so much going on in this room. Still looks neater than my apartment, though.
Oh, Runo and Susie! Hooray, you're back! Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I've just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Really? Thanks, Iris.
Oh, really? Thanks, Iris. Sorry, I had a little tickle in my throat there. But actually, what is that foul smell? Are you cooking? Oh, God. Aha, the Wanderers return at last. Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Moustache's case. That was today, was it?
Now I'm over here. I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm sure you think you did. Ah ha 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 ha. You silly female. Well, we can laugh about it now. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really, I would have liked to see it. Then why didn't you? And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Zykes an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Not quite what I asked, but still.
Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor?
Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Who's cooking? Ah, indeed. That's the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science.
Oh, dear.
All right, I'll bite. What's he up to now? You'll have to prompt my conversation piece, Mr. Naruhodo. Fun fact, they're one and the same. Lord Barak von Zykes. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? The Reaper of the Bailey. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. How fun! Even if she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. Why don't you just move? That's vanishing from the capital. But vanish how exactly? I'm now dead-eyed. By falling under a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's vile terminus, my dear fellow. Well, seems a little far-fetched, really.
Far-fetched?
Well, on the bright side, Mr. Moustache is fighting fit. For the time being, at least. That's not overly reassuring. Bum, 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 bum.
If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquainted are, well, by Lord Van Zykes' own hand.
As it happens, Miss Susato, that is quite impossible.
Oh, why?
Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper always had a cast iron alibi. So he's got minions. Really? And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. That is, until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. Bitter fight to the death coincided with Reaper's resurrection. Really did end bitterly indeed. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again. Again.
Oh, Runo, I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable.
Which do you think, Iris? I think it goes deeper than just me. I sense a general loathing of all Japanese people.
Oh, he's a racist?
Japanese people, good God. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending, being Japanese, as well as Miss Susato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zykes seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed, it is an interesting observation.
about it. Do you, Mr. Sholmes?
Well, I'm glad the sound came back for 3 lines of dialogue.
It was about 10 years ago that Barak von Zykes chose to enter the legal profession.
However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan. Interesting. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? I'm not going to tell you anything. I believe I've made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the affair. Oh, so it was an affair.
Oh, but...
Again, music cutting in and out. The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. But now, however, it is Mr. Moustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. Alright, well, fuck you too. Cat has been out of the bag with that one, right? So what is that indescribably foul smell? Ah, it's the gas. Ah, well, most probably this, I would say. What is that? My dear fellow, it is of course my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea.
No, why?
There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor. Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. Boo! So when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris. At the ready, Hurley. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? It turns black. Turned completely black.
What a foul odor it's giving off!
Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes and the more foul the odor, the better the tea is. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling. That's very ingenious. But what do you do with that black liquid now? Throw it on the fire. Why, dispose of it naturally. Surely you wouldn't like to drink it, would you?
There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes.
Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madam. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science, in the world of criminal investigation also.
Yes, forensic science! Oh, these are such exciting times.
I regularly engage in the scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consulting detective work. The Herlock Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find more about that. Forensic science! Emma, it's your predecessor. So your tea test. Isn't that a statistical method? I'm so sorry. Is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases, then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints. Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels there. The heels of our hands. Hadn't even heard of them until recently. Which is partly why I undertake the research in this field myself, of course.
Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes?
There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. Oh no, he's an Ivy Leaguer. Here, what I'm researching is skin prints. Skin prints? A nomenclature of my own design, as is this chemical agent that makes it possible. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. These bitches don't know about fingerprints, but they have DNA extraction? Okay, sure.
Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes!
As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Cool. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. That's the spirit, Runo. See you later. Oh, that's adorable. Look at these two. Yes, until later. No, Mr. Sholmes. We were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Ah, yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later, in all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. I liked that sound effect going down in key. That was cute. Your commitment astounds me.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival.
Bye-bye, Bruno. Bye-bye, Susie. Okay. So apparently, this is worth examining. I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we arrived in the country, in fact. Although, I do yearn for a Japanese kotatsu. Putting your legs under a warm blanketed table is so comforting.
Do be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't mistakenly put your feet into the fire, will you? You've suffered terrible burns, you know.
I worry sometimes about how Susato-san sees me. Okay, there was supposed to be a funny painting or photograph, but nope. Okay, that's fine. So, back to the crime scene, I guess? Okay. Oh. Mans beat us there. All right. Hi, buddy. Why are you looking at the king's cleavage? Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed. Was it not your good self asked me to attend to the scene? Boy, what are you doing here, Sholmes? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems.
Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised?
With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madam. I just wish they had fixed that front-on suite, because he looks so like... Okay, well, that somehow helped. What's all this? It's the future of cinema. All this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Herlock Sholmes' sensational skin printer seeker gun. This is new audio. New track. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. Sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup? Yes, I literally just said that. Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Here, try them on. This is his room, so it would be everything. There, oh, that's very blue. There, now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray, how do I do that exactly? A little press of space on the area you're interested in is all that's required, like this. Gross. What is that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas. It's the most efficient way to cover a large area. That was another invention I discovered, incidentally, while I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, there's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Again, literally, this is the victim's room, and there's not like a timestamp on it, so this would just... Everything would just be this color, but like, okay. Okay, so he didn't touch that scrap. Okay, I don't think that's lighting up. Okay, I can just click. Nice, I don't have to use... Whoa! I didn't even spray over there, but okay. I mean, yeah, those are his clothes. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I would expect his grubby little hands to be everywhere here, but... You know, what do I know? Okay, so it's really strong on the handle there. That's interesting. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh, someone's into getting rammed on the wall. Look, there are a dozen of Look, there are a dozen of handprints here. So there are, a great many indeed. So much that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact.
It sends a chill down my spine.
Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture? Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene, after all.
And without wishing to state the obvious, I wouldn't generally admire a picture from such close quarters, I feel.
Wait till you hear about VR, Susato. Oh, very true, Miss Susato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. There's obviously, like, a secret safe behind that. Wait, why are his fingerprints on both cups? That's weird. So I guess we're only looking... Oh, here maybe? So here's the problem. I'm locked into the scene. I cannot get out of it. Gonna hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shoddy got low. Guess we got a little new one there. Yeah, okay, great. Oh no, this is the worst part of Ace Attorney games. It's really blue, isn't it? I mean, at this point, we've just, like, smoked out the room and everyone is coughing on noxious fumes. Shelms has killed us all. Am I just dumb? Oh. Okay, another handprint, yay. What am I missing? What the fuck? Okay. Several tries. Few hours later. Remember when I said I wanted to get through the investigation this afternoon? I'm just gonna smoke it out. Let's go, let's go. Speed run, speed run. Oh. Okay, dozen handprints. Okay. How do I can't go back is the problem. I can't get out of this, and I would love to examine the scene normally and figure out what the fuck that is. Oh, okay. I could have sworn we hit that, but that's fine. Oh, look at all this here. Ah, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints.
Why are there so many of them on the floor in this one spot?
Ew, perhaps he had a bad fall just here.
There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over, though, is there?
I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over.
I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Yeah, what do you mean, Mander? You're not sick of hearing this every single day? Wow, these guys are really laying on it, too. Just gonna let that go by. It's loud. It's very loud. Well, that's fun. A high school friend reached out to me. I haven't talked to her in years. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholm's amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we?
Yes, and we all got high as hell in the process. You used way too much of it. We did, but there are two places in particular that are... look!
A handprint on the floor. Oh, it's a loose floorboard. And on the wall by the picture, you mean? Obviously, there's something hidden behind both.
Yes, and I think the floorboard's closer investigation. I won't be a moment.
Rip it up, girl. Oh, this is very cute. See, I like the original sprites they do. What is it, Miss Susato?
Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out.
One of the... You mean, it's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Miss Susato. So what do we have in here? Or what are you lot doing? Yeah, this couldn't be much more messing with the crime scene, could it? Inspector Gregson! Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there. Well, then do your fucking job, sir. I've talked to some high school friends this much. Yeah, I don't think I've talked to her since... What would have been? Last time we had, like, a lot of in-person conversation was 2012, because she's 2 years ahead of me. 1 year ahead of me. 1 year ahead of me. It was 2012, and then we talked on and off till I graduated high school, but then, like... Yeah, it's been a minute. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips whilst we dig around under the floor here. Fancy talk's putting me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A bit of evidence is exactly what I need. Fight. Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find.
It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw tatami map.
No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. Got me wondering about the wall over there. Why'd you just go... Aren't you curious?
Oh. I'll investigate it once.
You gonna stand on the box? Yeah, Susie, she's adorable. Uh-oh. Don't fall, bitch.
There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall.
That's weird. How disappointing. Then how do you explain the handprints?
Again, I think he just likes getting thrown on the wall and rammed. I really can't think why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that.
Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Is that a gun? Or a photograph? Click whir. There you are, a print for you. Oh. Okay, let's look at that real quick. Oh, thank you very much. This invention can make prints too? No, that's just literally the photographic thing that we've been using this entire time, Ryu. Okay, so it's at the corner specifically. It's like... I was gonna say maybe he was unscrewing the gas light, but there aren't as, like, if he were unscrewing the gas light to get up there, like he was like bracing himself while he twisted it off, but there's not enough prints on the gas lamp. I really don't know. Don't you dare, Phoenix. Now then, wonder if Inspector Gregson has found anything under the floor there. I'm desperate to know.
So am I. Hurry it up.
He's just gonna... What have I become? I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. Yeah, he doesn't like you. Inspector Gregson, really, it's been too long. That's terrifying. Like, at least crouch down to his level, Sholmes. What is it, Sholmes? I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. I can't stand you. We're not friends. No, I suppose not. Good effort. Good job. Thanks. Very helpful. A dismal failure. Screenshot that? Yes, I heard. Ugh, I'd kill to know what was under that floorboard. Hurry it up, bitch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right then. Fair's fair. What? You did discover the hiding place after all. It was literally Herlock's shit that helped us find it. Don't be a bitter ass. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Really, Inspector? Thank you. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. If there's one thing I know about this man, it's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Boy, stop making me out to be some kind of nut. Said nutting of the sort. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, photographic print, and a tin box. Okay. Tin box is probably important. Now, what do you want to know? We'll just go right down the list like Ace Attorney wants us to. Looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time in Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first.
Oh my goodness! He'd committed a capital offense!
Nah, we're just the cops and we'll give the death sentence for anything like pickpocketing. Man by the name of Selden, nasty peak of work into burglaries and murders. Okay, no, yeah, that's fair. To say the hoard he'd knocked off was worth about £1,000. Hoard? Of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like, but he'd hidden it somewhere and no one knows where. Now he's dead. It's a treasure hunt! Papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell or some such was the headline. Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor. Love that word, ensconced. That's a good word. I suppose now you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got in Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up. Died of illness in prison. Hang on. No, shut up. I want to look at that. Okay. Death of convicted murderer and burglar by natural causes in the early hours. Suffering with fever since the end of October. Shouts of his cellmate found him already dead. Okay, so he'd been suffering with fever, which we learned last time is a symptom of strychnine. It's like one of the early symptoms. Interesting. But we didn't learn that from the game. We learned that from actually looking up the chemical sheet. Oh, remember the painting or the photo that Miss Green had? We found it. So this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me. It's her boyfriend! Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here.
And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course.
Who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps? Thanks, Phoenix. Is this the guy who died? Is this the guy who died in the place before Soski took it? And that makes Miss Green involved somehow? Fuck. Perhaps you can take that print if you like. Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Is that true? Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. What do you take me for, Detective Gumshoe? My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure, but this is for work. Sholmes. Obviously, it was a joke. All the more reason I'm not telling you. A dismal failure. Stop calling me that. We know it's true, but hey. Yes, I heard. Okay, can I turn it over, or is that just gonna, like... Wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamspeare himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garadeb was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Okay. Let's just go look at that real quickly. Okay, no. Okay. Okay, so what's going to be important in this picture? Maybe that slot in the door behind them? That's the only thing that jumps out at me. Anyway, how about that box? What's in the box? That's a tea tin. Now, this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Or it's a tobacco tin. Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something that inside that reveals the truth behind this case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty. That's where the poison was. Doo-da, doo-da. That's where the poison was. Oh, da-doo-da-day. What? Shakespeare, give us a clue, man.
Didn't even have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box.
Yes, thin air. It's empty, rather like how I feel inside. There's nothing more to this box then, I wonder. Give me the box. Give me the box. Give me the box. You bitch.
Meow. Kitty cat.
I forget your name already. Is it like Tatami or something? What's... Oh, kitty cat. Oh, kitty cat.
Oh, look! It's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name?
Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? No, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. Wonder how he got in here. Clever cat. Clearly over there. We need to take this down, maybe.
Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious I brought for you from the Cat's Meat Man.
The Cat's Meat Man? That is a heart. No, that is a brain. Susato, why were you carrying a brain? I don't want to watch a cat eat the brain. Okay, cool.
He couldn't be happier now, look!
I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner, too. Can we talk to the kitty? Look at him eating! Oh, little kitty. Oh, little kitty. Hello! Look at his little bow tie. It's adorable.
Meow.
That was a cheeky little meow, Wagahai. Wagahi? Wagahai.
Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever.
You've got a future on YouTube, Susato. I think he may not appreciate that after a while, and we have an investigation to get back to. Why can't I look at this? So we did not get the tin as evidence, huh? Cool. Well, I guess... Okay, I want to try and go to Miss Green first. But we cannot present her. Okay, so we have to go to Garradeb. Linear gameplay! Oh, what? Really? No, I was trying to scroll. Probably shouldn't poke around in here whilst Mr. Garradeb is out. Really? We're not gonna be allowed to look at anything? Yeah, it just clicks off all the important things that could be interesting. Okay. So they still haven't fixed this place up? Interesting. Okay. I mean, no. But do we have anything to... Why would he be related to any of this? Ooh, a cannon. Yup. Hey, it's cannon. Mr. Natsume, it's nothing much, but... it's been too long since I've offered a present with that delightfully humble etiquette of our homeland. Right? You're too kind. I accept it gladly. Sorry, but I wasn't trying to give it to you, actually. I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay. So he knows about a burglar and murderer, huh? Sosuke, I'm not convinced that you're so innocent after all. What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So he knew, did he? Sorry?
About this man, Selden, a convicted killer, and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodgings.
What? Man's old as fuck. Okay, so we didn't get Selden as a profile yet.
He's already taken one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another, a miserable, mustached, much maligned Japanese man.
Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit. Okie dokie! How are we doing, Phoenix? You holding in there? Let me do a quick little double check on the walkthrough. Okay. Yeah, we have Garradeb in the hospital bed. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up soon.
Truth is, I didn't know the details of myself until very recently. That Selden man was arrested about a year ago now. And at the time, he was hiding out in lodgings at Mr. Garradeb's house.
What? He lived where you do now? Is that Selden in the picture?
That's right, yes, exactly where I live now, in my very room.
Your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense. That shit's haunted as fuck.
But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. That was 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. Curse.
What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume?
It's already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison, a man died in the room.
Okay, no, I don't think he's actually Selden. I think he's, yeah, probably the previous tenant.
The man who rented it after Selden, in fact. The poor lodger. He was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was locked from the inside.
Locked from the inside? Exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it?
Yes, well, that was the start of it.
The start of it?
How the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume?
The official cause of death was asphyxia,
which was supposedly the same here.
When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas.
Gas?
I only found that out after I'd signed the lease. Mr. Garradeb came to tell me later. I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I'd probably have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal.
Lucky for Mr. Garradeb, maybe. Not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. And now you believe this curse is affecting you.
It is! At first, I just felt as though I was being watched, all the time.
Then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you?
The dead are trying to take me with them. They come for me and try to suffocate me. Just when I'm struggling to breathe, I wake up, and the room is as cold as ice!
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. I'm trying to make sure I have a really shot throat for tonight.
But why is your room so cold?
Are you again, bud?
I'll do it after we end stream. London winters are too cold to bear without any heating on overnight.
I'll zoom in a bit because I'm leaning away further now. That looks okay. There we go.
But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out and the room fills with gas.
That's terrifying. But that's terrible. Exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And there's what happened to Mr. Shamspear last night when he was mysteriously poisoned. There's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though.
Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garradeb's rooms?
You know, maybe we should go ask the bastard. There we go. You can't visit him until you've got all the evidence. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garrideb.
Right bally business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about.
Are you at the Old Bailey by any chance?
Naturally, fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss.
Fate of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes.
Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such.
Ah, well, at least he knows. Can I make this taller? No, I don't think I can. It's a locked-in gamer chair.
Makes you wonder what the blazes is going on, don't you know?
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Why did Sholmes follow us?
Thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago. You were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business.
I see. He just levitated that saucer.
So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh?
I was gonna say, hello, menu. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Who the fuck is this guy? Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to take a look at this photograph? Is that your son who's with you there?
Oh, no, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Robert Ross, no! Duncan Ross.
A street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot, just for kicks, really.
Okay, so I was right. Was it
By any chance the lodger before Mr. Natsume?
Yup, that's right.
Called it? Already called this shit. And Miss Green is somehow involved now because she has his photograph. Does she have the exact same photograph? She might. Oh, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Moustache was waiting for, one might say. No one's saying that.
Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap.
Would you mind telling us a little bit more about him? Lodge. It's the word lodge.
Your lodgings. Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Sounds like a sitcom. Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that bally curse.
The convict's curse, you mean?
Ah, heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here, then the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside on the street, not to mention the actor yesterday. Am I next, eh?
I like his design too. Like, I know he's being a little pervy towards one of the jurors, but other than that, I like his character.
Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can you?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
What a name to bring up. I wonder if she's involved. Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamspear, who was poisoned last night, are both very much alive still.
Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems.
Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury. There's not a window. You just smoke the place out. I'm not so sure about that.
Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either.
But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here.
Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there are any mishaps or such like.
I think you've had your mishap already, sir. Ha 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 ha! One of your lodgers has died. It's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Heaven forgive me, the words just came to my lips. You know, some of us call that an internal filter, Sholmes. You seem to be lacking one.
Some fishy fellow from the Far East. Oh, what? Did we just read this? Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor. Chap of questionable character, eh?
No need for that, Mr. Garadeb. Okay.
That's right, Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
He is undeniably peculiar, however. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away?
Yes, that's right. Moved in with the body. I asked the estate agent to find someone, and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were.
I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamsphere been lodging under your roof?
Bring the mic a little closer to me, because I don't know if I'm audible.
That failed actor chap? Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
Only 3 months. He's quite new here too, then. And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garadeb, if I might ask?
Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens.
Selden? The convict, you mean? Selden and Shamsphere have some kind of connection, then.
Uh-oh. That convict chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see. Some malady or other.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian? That the tragedian showed his face, the actor fellow.
Really?
Yes, I remember it quite distinctly.
What? That doesn't sound right for pronunciation. Hang on. Tragedian. Tragedian, excuse me. The tragedian. The hell, English language.
I remember quite distinctly.
'Tis small this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamsphere, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered a while for rent.
Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor's room's vacant, though.
Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee.
Those curls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. It's ground floor or nothing.
Did he kill the dude? Did he kill the dude to get the middle floor? That's insane. Very well. We have an accord.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briar Road.
Lo, a Shamsphere dance to celebrate. Fucking bunny rabbit. That's not a dance. That's not a dance. The kids on TikTok would never do that. It's not a dance.
From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent, too. Yes, the fellow was a bally player, all right.
Why are you bowing? Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadeb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. He looks like he's doing the nya post. Or the nya pose. Oh no. Sholmes is a weeb. What's happened to you? Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines then? Oh shit! Alright, Lodger's death.
Yes, Duncan Ross. Young chap was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them.
No, again, we're just on the hunt for cheap rooms, but history of cheap rent, maybe. Yes, exactly.
Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month ago now. I hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodgers are up to at the time. But sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me it was.
Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death.
Called the police straight away, of course, and the officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all belly collapsed. because of the gas. Yes, room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed.
So Mr. Ross suffocated to death. Yeah, that's horrible.
Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house.
But even if you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night while he's asleep in bed.
Well, that's the bally curse, the convict's curse. I've done my duty as a landlord now.
Someone's feeling defensive. Interesting. Is Shamspear trying to kill whoever's in the middle floor to make sure that he can get that room for some reason? Because the middle floor room is where the convict lived, and that might be where he hid the treasure. So he knew that bitch was there. He wanted the middle floor. Could only get the ground floor. Duncan moves in, takes the middle floor, dies because of a gas leak. Sosuke moves in, and every night his room fills with gas. He somehow isn't dying from it, but and because he's got the ice coin trick, he can take as much gas as he wants. I just don't know how he could take the gas from his room and route it to the others, but it probably has to do with that thing that the cat jumped over.
That reminds me, actually.
Yes?
About young Duncan, the night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
It's Miss Green.
A love letter, you mean?
Yes, where did I put it now?
You took it?
Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk.
If you'll excuse me. Let me see now. What does it say? To you, my most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Out of multiple, I guess.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
My dear Miss Susato, that is precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes. No.
Tell him, bitch.
Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I've no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really.
I see. That's going to play on my mind.
But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case.
That's what you think.
I think we should leave well enough alone.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, that is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Mr. Sholmes, please, I've already had to chastise you about this once.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green. Oh, I called this at the beginning of the investigation day. Olive Green? The woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside this house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case Sosuke-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Did you forget, player? Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence?
Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
I think we should bring her a letter. Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Miss Susato. Ah ha 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 ha! Federal mail crime is fun. Although maybe Britain doesn't have that as a law. I don't know. Darn Brits. Dum 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 dum. Okay, well, I wonder where we're going. Oh, she's gone. Okay, well, now we can snoop in her bag, I guess. Recovery ward.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last.
This is good news, but hopefully just before she leaves.
Ah!
What is it? Oh, she's crying. Miss Green! Is that poison? Is she about to... What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. One moment, I'll be with you in a jiffy. Subtle. Subtle, ma'am. Oh, Guten Morgen, everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. I can't do a German accent.
Miss Green, what were you just doing?
Nothing really. I was just about to take some medicine doctor prescribed for me, that's all. Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you if that's all right. I don't really have anything else to tell you. All right, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. With a psych lock. Okay, what about your discharge? It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green. Oh, yes, thank you. Once people are better... Oh, God, she's so pretty. The hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. Certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Alright, bitch. Nope, we have to go back. Why is that rat still here? You gonna get mad at me if I look? Probably. This is the bottle that Miss Green was just about to drink from when we arrived.
Yes, she looked rather preoccupied, didn't she?
Perhaps it's very bitter. I can't stand bitter medicine.
I suppose that could be it.
In fact, whenever a doctor prescribes me a medicine for a number of days, I always take it all at once. Nobody ever give this man antibiotics when they come around in like 30 years.
Oh no!
Well, if you have to take something you don't like, it's best to get it all out of the way in one go, isn't it?
Oh dear, and I thought it was Miss Green I should be worrying about at the moment.
Oh, that was an achievement. Cool. This is the card that Miss Green was looking at so intently before, wasn't it?
Mr. Naruhodo, we shouldn't be peeking at a young woman's private effects. How many times am I going to say this today?
Right, I should save peeking for gentlemen's effects only.
You mustn't do that either.
And maybe you, Miss Susato, shouldn't be peeking into a young man's mind either, huh? Okay, well... hate to do this. Is this your dead boyfriend? Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross, you knew him, didn't you? They look more related than lovers, but... Yep, that ain't medicine, that's poison. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did. We couldn't see that.
Oh, Miss Green, are you alright?
Fuck. Oh no, I have a bad feeling. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that. Nine, it's all right. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan?
Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter. To you.
We didn't get it though, right? She kept us from taking it? Yeah. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan, a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day.
And the two of you became romantically involved?
Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. Oh, so she has mad motive now. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding. Why didn't you guys just move in together? That's what led him to Mr. Garridub's. Yes, he told me he'd found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened.
We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green.
Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose.
Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo! Mr. Naruhodo! Surely we're not about to leave. That's quite out of the question. Yeah, he knows it's poison. He knows it's poison. Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here. But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always. I'm a peeping Tom. Well, make your presence known next time.
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Miss Susato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve the case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? There is a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. All right. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
Is it dance of deduction time? Okay, so now we'll get to look at everything. It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes. It may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here.
How are you both so dumb?
Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
Okay, they didn't eat. That's why they've had the rat here this whole time, is to show that it's poison. I mean, I know that shit ain't Pepto-Bismol, so... Rip. That mouse seems to be dead. Look. Didn't notice it there before, did you?
I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's... the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
Yep. Shit's getting heavy here, folks. I don't think. Oh, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Oh, Romeo and Juliet. I get it. Yes, I think it's falling into place. Screen, the contents of this bottle you had before spilled out on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently.
That wasn't my worry, Susato. That was so far down on the list of worries I had. Miss Green, why are you intending to go the same way as that rodent? You take your own life. I will say, another thing I don't love about these... Again, I love these games. I think they've been very good. This is now the second character who they're kind of making... I guess they haven't made a joke out of it yet, but that's like blatantly thinking about suicide. And my bigger issue is in the last game in case 5, the guy was like, it was a joke. It was like, don't do it or I'll kill myself. And it's like, no, that's very toxic and making fun of a serious condition. But I don't know. We have to see how this plays out before I make a call, I guess. Once we'd left, would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison.
No! Miss Green, please talk to us.
Okay, so they won't... Wait, we can look at his picture. Mr. Duncan Ross. Who would have ever thought he was engaged to be married to Miss Green?
To lose one's beloved fiancé must be painful enough.
Then Miss Green suffered that awful injury, and outside her fiancé's former lodgings, too.
You can be very cruel sometimes.
Ten seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would have not enjoyed this most delightful conversation. What about this is delightful? Of course, perhaps it hasn't quite been... Try again. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. I'm trying to make him more sympathetic. I don't know if it's coming through. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Medicine? Well, with this being a hospital and all, Then the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings. He always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking. Yeah, told you that shit should not be left around patients. It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know, but I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. We should not be having this music. This is not appropriate music to be having here.
Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Yeah, I just really, yeah, Susato's like 16. This is kind of a lot for her to be hearing. Sorry, I don't know how to get comfy. Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that.
I don't care about the mouse, I care about the human woman here.
Oh no, oh, it's all my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection. Okay. Sholm's coming through.
No, none. None. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card.
It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Oh, was it like, meet me here at this time and I'll give it to you? Yep. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Wait a minute. 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. Yeah, I'm sure she forgot, Ryu.
And 5 p.m.
is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road being the street that Mr. Garridub's house is on.
Does this mean that...
Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Slug und Salad.
Goodness.
So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. That's some heavy shit, I tell you what. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I don't think we can leave you alone, I'm sorry. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you.
Fine.
Ist fine.
Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again.
This is the music that should have been playing, not the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Like sympathetic music for this poor woman, jeez. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but well, that's how all this has made me feel. Again, I really think that, like, either we or Sholmes should have stayed there with her. I mean, I'm assuming we got a nurse, right? Like, PSA. I hope you're never in a situation like this, but if you are, where somebody's expressing ideation, do not leave them alone until they get help from a doctor or therapist. Do not leave them alone. Please, they will say whatever it takes to, like, yeah, I promise not to do it. They will say whatever they think it takes to get you to leave. Don't leave. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Wow, so much for a lighthearted wrap up the investigation stream, jeez. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspear, Mr. Garadeb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help but wondering about the results of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes, whether I found strychnine in it or not.
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear.
Yes, Barak von Zykes. But I wish you every success, of course, and although I was late to rise this morning, excuse me, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial.
Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
Indeed, whatever happens, I shall be there. Assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. Ambulance! All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Sosuke-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. So I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn. For all of us. Oh, that's present-day Naruhodo saying that, reading back the notes. Oh, man! Oh, so that was some heavy shit. How's everyone doing? Doing okay? Let's see if there's anyone live. I think Phoenix, you're the only one who can raid, but I'll get you some free points. No problem. Ooh. French Ace Attorney. We're good. Sending our mate in it in the courtroom. Still defending Mr. Natsume. Case 5 of game watch. Don't watch if you don't want spoilers. Finishing episode 1, hopefully. Oh, cool. I'm the very bottom of the viewership. That's fun. Okay, how about... I have to see which one this guy's on. Ugh, I get added. Gotta wait for this ad to play. Go away, GoDaddy.
Whether it's a last
Oh my god,
second bake
okay.
sale.
We're not gonna give you free fucking rev. Y'all ain't gonna run ads for me, I ain't running ads for you. At least I think I have ads turned off. Okay. I have to see which fact is... Since I've been practicing law in England, I feel like I've encountered this at least once already. Cases that are interlinked. Okay, no, I think he's on what we're gonna do tonight, so we will not rate him. Apologies, sir. But it looks like this guy's on case 2 of the last game. Yeah. Oh, cause of death was a broken neck. Yep, they're literally looking at Kazuma's body right here. So, how about we go raid them?
What unnatural? What do you mean unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and raid him. Phoenix, we'll be back, I think... What time is it now?
Kazuma tripped
let's say
over
8 p.m.
by
tonight.
some terrible
8
stroke
p.m.
that
tonight, we will be
broke his
back
back.
to
Which part is
run the trial.
seems unnatural.
So remember, no spoilers to this guy. It's I mean, we have to assume it's his first playthrough. So
I have no
Right.
idea.
all right, I'll see you tonight, Phoenix, and anyone else who's here. Bye.